Good evening everyone. So in our last video we have learned how to solve algebraic formulas while using the numbers that we have done. But today we will be introducing you with the basics of algebra. So what do you actually mean by algebra? Simply put, algebra is the connection between variables and constants. So now, what are variables and what are constants? In algebra we have two distinct things. One is constants that I am using blue ink to write, and the other is variables. So constants we have are the fixed numbers or the fixed digits, the values of which are already given in the question, the values of which you do not have to find to score the marks. Like here we have 7, 27, 5 and like that. This one. But then what are variables? Variables are x, y, a, b, c, d, e, p, q, whatever you use, whatever value you have to find out, whatever the question is given, like solve for x, find out the value of p and q, find out the values of a and b. Those are called variables, the values of which we do not know, the values of which we have to calculate in our sum. So those are known as variables. So since algebra is the connection between constants and variables, here I have listed down a various set of equations. For what? For actually learning to determine what is the individual type of each of this equation. So since in the first equation we have just 7 and x, just one term, this one is termed as monomial, where this mono refers to the number 1 representing only one term. Similarly, in the second equation we have two terms and we can label it as binomial. This bi refers to the term 2, since we have two terms over here. Similarly, you can already see this one is called trinomial and this one is called polynomial. Now why polynomial? Why not a generalized or a specific term for equations that are having four terms? In algebra, whenever we are getting four terms or above, from four terms or above, we will use the generalized term for it, that is known as polynomial. We do not have a specific name for it, or even if we do have it, you do not require it in your syllabus. So if we are accustomed with this, we would move on to the next part. Coming up next, we will learn one very simple, easy and interesting topic about the basics of algebra, which is degree of equation. Now what degree? So in the first equation, I will explain by using the examples. We have x, 7x. Now since there is no power in x, we can assume that it is x to the power 1. So it is equation of degree 1. Simply in the next equation we have x square. So for this we can write it is an equation of degree 2. The fun part starts in the third equation. Here we are having b square along with an a. So should we choose b square and write it as degree 2, or should we choose a and write it as degree 1? Neither of it. We have to multiply both the powers, because for a we have degree 1, for b we have degree 2. Together it is an equation of degree 3. This comes in your exam to determine the degrees for 1 marks question, and you can score the marks simply by identifying the degrees. For the last one we have a cube along with that x. So for a we have the degree 3, for x we have degree 1. So this one is an equation of degree 4. Simply put, you can find the equations of you can find the degrees of other equations, whether it is 5 or 6 or even more than that, but you have to follow this simple step. You have to keep this concept in mind, and the answer is simple. Alright, so today's class we are ending it right here. In the first class we have learned why we are doing algebra. Today we have learned what is algebra, and in the upcoming videos I'll teach you how to solve algebra, where we will explore different methods of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. In the basic part, we will start with addition and subtraction of polynomials. You are already aware of the techniques and all. Substitution, elimination, we will cross multiplication. We'll start with those formulas, we'll start with those methods. I'll show you the process. I'll show you special exclusive sums from different books, that the types of which you will encounter, and obviously you will fail to answer those questions, but I'm here to guide you all. Anyways, stay tuned on our channel Fusion Academy, and if you like this video, if you are interested in following the course of algebra, Like, share and subscribe. We'll be back very soon with how to solve algebraic expressions.